Alright, hi, this is a totally unconventional way to do this, and might be a bad idea, but we'll find out together. Hello. I'll do a proper introduction in a little, but I just had some bookish things to share, I guess, so we're gonna share them. I was at work, and, okay, I should say, first of all, my eye is doing better. I definitely feel a lot better about it, and I think by the end of the week, when I go to Frankenmuth, I will feel great. But I was at work, and someone came in, and this is the entire interaction. She's like, "Do you have any more copies of Empire the Vampire?" And I was like, "Absolutely, let me show you." And of course, I take her over to it. I was like, "It's so good." And she's like, "Oh my god, I just got my Illumicrate version." I was like, I'm gonna come home to my Illumicrate version." She's like, "Oh, I'm so excited for you." We were talking about it. I was like, this is the greatest bonding moment I've had with a customer ever. Like, I was like, can we be friends? I didn't say that, but 100% wanted to. So that was just nice. You know, sometimes at my store we don't get a lot of people interested in like fantasy. It's very much a historical romance store. So it was nice to bond with a customer. The other thing, I have an hour and 11 minutes left of Winter Song. I'm absolutely loving this book. 100% it's going to be one of my new favorites. Like, it is everything I needed in a book. It is a shame I didn't read it when I was younger, when it came out. If you didn't watch my previous vlog, I talk about how I got it originally in 2017, like right after it had come out, and then just didn't read it. But I am listening to the audiobook because of my eye injury. But again, I'll talk about all this in the proper introduction. I just needed to spaz about that interaction, really. But I'm loving Winter Song. So anyway, I'll see you. I just wanted to update. Hello, welcome to the Teapot Reads. I'm the Teapot. This is what I'm currently reading, and I'm so happy to see you today. This is the beginning of my fourth and final Anna Karenina reading vlog. I'm going to start part 7. I don't know if you can see that. Part 7. I have not even 200 pages left. I don't have that much left. I recommend checking out my first 3 reading vlogs before watching this. Although if you don't want to, I will not be spoiling anything. However, just like life events, because I've been filming them back to back to back, will kind of carry over. So number 1, want to address the eye injury. Today is the first day where I feel good, where my eye feels normal, where I'm not stressed about it. I'm still taking it slow. I'm not really letting myself do anything stressful for my eye for more than half an hour at a time without some buffering in between. So I did edit today for half an hour, and that's it. I know I'm gonna get home late from work, so I'm not gonna do any more. And I can kind of feel my eyes are tired, but it doesn't hurt, and I'm not worried about damaging it more. So I feel really good about that, and that also means that I can probably start reading Anna Karenina physically again. I am listening to an audiobook of Shadow Song by S.J. Jones, and I do want to finish that. But I get to read physically again. I'm so excited. I have missed reading. Like the physical act, the sport of reading. So, really happy to be getting back into that. I am going to take my book to work, but I don't know how much I'll actually read, just because work is kind of stressful, so I might not do too much of it. Other life updates, I'm going on a sort of 3-day weekend. It's like 2 days, 2 nights, or 2.5 days, 2 nights, to Frankenmuth, however you say it, Michigan, which is this little, or it's not little, I don't think. I've never been there though. It's a town in Michigan, and they have this giant Christmas store, which I'm really excited about, and also it's like a German inspired town, and I'm really excited. The pictures I've seen are really cute, and yeah, I think it's going to be really great. I'm going to obviously vlog as much of that as I can. I'm going to read as much while I'm up there. I'm not letting myself bring my computer so that I don't do any hard work. Really, I just want to enjoy myself and read and maybe finish Anna Karenina. I don't think I'll finish it. It's only like 3 days, and we are doing things. So probably not going to finish it. And as long as my eye's feeling okay, I will help drive. I feel bad making my mom do it. I think I mentioned it's my mom, my grandmother, and I. So anyway, that's just life updates. Today, like I said, I have to go to work in about 5 minutes. And that's it. That's it. Might do some reading. I'm probably going to listen to Shadow Song on the way to work and on the way back, and maybe even at work. And yeah, not much else to report. Since this is the final 2 sections of the book, I definitely will not be spoiling anything. I will talk about things as vaguely as possible. And I have been pulling out quotes previously and like sharing those quotes with you. I'm not going to do that for these 2 sections because, again, want to avoid any spoilers for people who want to go into this book with nothing, knowing nothing. I know how the book ends, at least for one of the characters, and at first I didn't regret it because it made me realize some things about earlier in the book, but the closer I get to the ending, the more I do regret it, and I don't want anyone to have that regret unless they wanted to, I guess. Just because I think it would have been nice to have been surprised and to have met that naturally with the characters. I'm still really excited to see how this book ends. This book has been a struggle because of how long it is. I've been reading it for over a month now. It is the last day of September and I'm taking it into October, which is not normally how long I read books, but it's happening. It's happening. Let's go. Let's just go. I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna get a little bit of Anna reading done, and I'm starting to feel normal again. This is good. This is really good. This feels like a good day. Hi, Tanky. What? What's up? Little mister? Little mister? night trip. It was great. It was not completely relaxing, but it wasn't unrelaxing. It was nice to get away. I do work tomorrow, but and I do want to update on Anna because I did get a chance to read a little bit, but I did want to just recap. I was in Frankenmuth, Michigan, which is sort of on the Glove of Michigan, like here, and it's this cute little German-inspired town. It was very cool. It was very cute. We stayed one town over in Birch Run, which was sort of the less cared for brother town, I guess. There wasn't really much. There's Meyer, there was a gas station, there was a roadhouse, there was a hotel. I think, I would love to go every year to visit Frankenmuth. I think that'd be really cool. But I think if I go next year, or when I go next year, I definitely want to stay in town. It was so cute. We went to this Christmas store, which was huge, and I bought a Santa Claus designed to look like the Polish Santa Claus. I'm Polish, and also to have Polish iconography. It's very cool. It's very cute. I would love to collect these guys. I think they're adorable. And we spent the next day or the rest of that day kind of wandering around the town and visiting, and we went on a little carriage ride, and we ate at Zender's. Really cute. It definitely has a Disney-esque feel to the town, and it's clearly built up to look this way, and everything is just really well kept and looks really nice and really almost movie set-esque, but I was totally living for it. It was really cute. It was really, really cool. Cannot wait to visit again. And I think it's a nice trip. It's 5 hours away from where I live, so it's a bit of a drive, but very nice all the same. And not a bad drive. I don't think 5 hours is too bad. And there was this giant glockenspiel that I thought was very cool. It tells the story of the Pied Piper of Hamelin, with the dark version where he kills the children. So that was interesting. I was one of 3 people who went to go see it because it's just not a huge attraction, but I thought it was cool. Before I get into talking about Anna, I did want to update my reading journal for October, and I'm gonna go do that, and then I will share the results, and then I will talk to you about Anna Karenina, because I have been doing a lot of Anna reading, which is great. I love it. Okay, I'm back. A lot less to add to the monthly reading journal this month, so just in case this is your first time seeing this here, I got this from an Illumicrate box, and it is so cute. It is so cute. I love this. I was sort of using it last month to daily keep track of how much I had read. I'm not going to do that anymore. I was also keeping track of it on this part, but I'm not going to do that anymore. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to walk you through it. So the calendar portion, I am going to, when I finish a book, I'll basically just choose a color or design or something and be the Anna Karenina was first through etc. And it'll be colored in that design, and I'll use a little key somewhere or something like that, so I can visualize. Sorry, it's not so there we go. So that I can visualize what it looks like, how much time and how many days I'm dedicating to each book. Here, I was actually surprised there aren't that many anticipated new releases coming out this month. There's a lot of collector's editions or special editions that are finally arriving, but I didn't have a lot that I was eagerly anticipating as compared to last month, where there were quite a few books that I haven't picked up yet, but I'm still very excited for. And then on the daily, I am going to probably, if I have something particular I want to say or sum up my thoughts, I will do it here in the little boxes. And then my only goal for this week is audiobooks, because I am listening to the audiobook of Shadow Song. But okay, let me update you all on Anna Karenina. I'm so close to being done. I'm so close. I am on chapter 20 of part 7, and I definitely feel like the book is weaving itself together. There have been so many things that have happened in this part that, I knew they had to come together at some point, but seeing them feels huge and milestones and just feels wonderful. I think, as much as I have problems with Levin and as much as I've had problems with the book, I think I've also kind of at this point, I very much see the book as this major accomplishment for myself and accomplishment of writing, and I feel very happy to be reading it, and I very much appreciate it while reading it. I think I had to kind of lose the ability to read temporarily to really see just how much this book is worth and how much a story is worth to me, because when I couldn't read it, I was missing it sorely, and returning to it even now feels just marvelous and fantastic. So I'm very, very pleased with it. We still don't see a lot of Anna on the page, which is a shame, but she's going through some internal turmoil that is heartbreaking and frustrating, because you care about her character and you just don't want to see her, you know, feeling these things. And there are a lot of other characters. There's a lot of Levin stuff, because of course. And I really actually appreciate and like Levin's thought process on a major life milestone that he has just reached. Him and Kitty have just reached. And I really respect the thought process that's being showed and played out. Because I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds fantastically realistic. I really appreciate and love that. So, actually appreciating Levin for once. And in sort of like a callback to part 1, we're reading a lot from Stiva, from Stepan Arkadiewicz's point of view, again, and I think that's really neat. I think that is really neat. So yes, I'm at this point leveling out into a place of I am happy to be reading Anna Karenina. I am excited to be finishing it. I think seeing the end in sight is really helping. But I am happy to be reading it. I'm very pleased. And hopefully today, I'm off today, I will be able to finish part 7. That is my goal. I want to finish part 7, and then hopefully by the end of the week, I will finish part 8. Because I would really like to be done. As much as I'm loving it, I would like to put it behind me and move on to something else. And I've been eyeing all my classics lately. I'm like, oh, I want to read a classic. I'm like, no, Sam, you don't want to read a classic. You're reading a classic. You're just going to feel burnt out if you read another classic. So I'll probably read something lighter and more whimsical. I'm thinking maybe Once Upon a Broken Heart, but I'm not going to commit to that. Yeah, Anna Karenina. That's where I am. And I'm gonna go, like, just look at that. I'm gonna go actually read some more. So that is exciting. Hello, just a quick update. It's getting kind of late, and I wanted to share where I was on Anna Karenina before it got even later. Yesterday, I finished part 7. I had a feeling that's where part 7 was going to end, and you kind of feel it leading up to the ending, that's where it's going. And it was still very hard to read. That ending of part 7. It's probably one of the most well-written parts of the book. Probably chapter 27 till the end are some of the most well-written sections of the book. And it was so hard to get through because of that, I think. I'm now on chapter 4 of part 8. I have less than 50 pages remaining. I think I mentioned earlier that my goal is to finish before Friday. We'll see. We'll see if I manage it. That's still the goal. But we'll see. I was editing. I was doing some editing of my part 3 vlog for the series. And I was editing a part where I was like, I think Alexei Alexandrovich is my favorite character. And he's not. I want to make that clear. He's not my favorite character. He stopped being my favorite character pretty soon after I said that initially. He's very much not at this point. I hate him. There are a lot of good Alexei Alexandrovich moments, but he's, of the characters, one of the the less sympathetic characters, I guess I would say. But yeah, less than 50 pages left. We're gonna see how much I can read tomorrow. We do work tomorrow, and I work Wednesday, but I'm hoping, tomorrow is Wednesday. I work tomorrow and Thursday. I'm hoping by the end of Thursday I'll be done. It might take me into Friday, though. It's gonna be so weird to be done. It's gonna be just bizarre to be done with this book. Hello. I hate this angle, but I don't want to move from my bed, so editing me, apologies in advance. I have 4 pages left of Anna Karenina. 4 pages left. And about half an hour before I need to go to work. Which is why I'm still in my pajamas. This angle is so bad. I'm so sorry. I thought it would be interesting to record myself finishing the book. And then I'm off tomorrow, so I will sit and talk about the book. Probably process it through the day. So I have so much to process. And, yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. We're going to finish the book, and I am gonna find a better angle, because this is atrocious. Of me finishing at 4 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not even 4 full pages. Feels weird to be coming to the end of it. Feels really weird. Kind of uncomfortable. Not in like a bad way, but like I've been living in this book for so long. It's gonna be strange. Okay. I'm gonna finish it right now. This, by the way, is the 10th highlighter. So this book took me 10 highlighters. It's done. It's over. The journey is over. I am done with Anna Karenina. Completely finished with this novel. I am 100% in it. I feel very strange to be saying that. You know, this is month 3. I don't know the exact date that I started it, but it was when was it? August? I think late August that I started it. And this is also the end of the Anna Karenina vlogs. This is the end of the 4th vlog. I've had so many hiccups in posting lately. There's supposed to be a lot more content in between vlog droppings, but life happened. This has just been a ride. I was just finishing editing the 3rd Anna vlog, which will be going up today, so this will be going up as soon as I can get it up, and then hopefully we will be back to our regularly scheduled programming. But before I talk about anything else, because there's a lot of things I want to talk about, I want to just go over my thoughts at having finished this novel. And if you've seen my reviews, you know I process and organize best by organizing by character, so that is what we're going to do. And I'm going to try to do it in order of introduction to character, because I thought that would be interesting. So we're going to try to call on my recall, see if I can remember when every character is introduced. First of all, we start with Oblonsky, Anna's brother. He has like a non-ending, I guess. I never really liked him, but he is enjoyable on the page. That never really stopped happening. He very much is there to connect a lot of threads. He is there to move the plot along and also just cause problems for like everyone in his life. That's really all I have to say about Oblonsky. We have his wife, Dolly, whom I love. I waffled throughout this book. I was like, who is my favorite character? And, like, no, you don't need a favorite character, but I tend to like having a favorite character, and my favorite character was definitely Dolly. She is like gaslit into staying with her husband, who she fucking hates, and like hates even more as the novel continues. She's very much a foil for Anna. You know, she is a husband. She's a wife who hates her husband and has problems with her husband and chooses to stay, and she gets an objectively very happy ending. She is somewhat taken care of. She is weighing her options. She is still with her children. She has people who love her and who she loves. And I really liked Dolly. And not only does she get a happy ending, but I feel like she earned her happy ending. Happy ending. Because this novel, like, it ends. But it's not so much a novel as almost like you're just watching people's lives unfold, right? So it doesn't really end. It continues. It's just like the ending of the part of these lives that Tolstoy wanted to tell is more of how it feels. But Dolly is the only female character who seeks out Anna and believes she's a good person still after she has left her husband and is living with Vronsky. And Dolly seeks her out and tells her that she still loves her, and even though Dolly internally may not agree with what Anna is doing, she does continue to care for her, and I really liked that Dolly allows herself to transgress society, but she doesn't get tainted because of it. It really shows just how good of a person she is, and I really liked Dolly. I really liked her. Then I think we have Levin, I think is our next introduction. Oh, Levin. I was wrong when I predicted that his story was just going to have like an upward momentum. I predicted that at the end of part 6. I was like, oh yeah. So Anna's story is just going to get worse and Levin's is just going to get better. Like how the characters are, I guess. And no. Like he has, again, I guess an objectively, or I should say a net positive ending, but it's not like a happy ending. It's a very philosophical ending, which tracks with just how he is as a character. He is the character that we end on. He gets the final words of the novel, which are just boring. What are they? They're not a spoiler. They're not a spoiler, but they're long, so I'm not going to read that. I think in the final part, we see more clearly his and Anna's parallelisms. That doesn't mean he's interesting all of a sudden. It just means that I think as a reader, I'm able to understand Anna a lot more, having come to understand where Levin ends up in the novel. Like I said, net positive. He had some good moments in the end. Part 8 really focuses on him. But, he maintained his boring status. I don't hate him. I think of all the characters, I started hating him the earliest. And I have come to not care for him, but to care enough about his character that I do objectively think I like the character and I could talk about the character in a positive light. I think that the novel does a lot of good work for me in making me like Levin. I don't think that's the intention of the novel. I think the novel assumes you will like Levin, or assumes you will like Levin more than Anna. But it really worked to make me like Levin by getting me inside his head, getting me inside his philosophy, allowing him to be the devil's advocate for a lot of opinions. Some I agreed with, some I didn't agree with, and really just showing me how he got to his thought processes and showing me the value of both sides of a lot of these arguments. Not saying I always ended up agreeing with Levin, because I didn't, especially when it comes to like schooling and medicine, but I also understand his thought processes and why he got there. And not because I'm like, oh, that was just the thought process at the time, but because we actually get to see the active thinking of those reasons, if that makes sense. Then I think we're introduced to Kitty. I loved Kitty throughout the novel. She's great. She's so young. The age gap between her and Levin still freaks me out. I think it's always going to freak me out. I like Kitty. I think as the novel progresses, after her marriage to Levin, she kind of becomes boring. I shouldn't even say that. It's a little after the marriage when her role in the relationship changes, and just her role in general. When that happens, I think she starts to become a bit boring, which is frustrating, and I didn't like it. It kind of felt like Tolstoy was running out of plot. He was just like, well, this is what happens to a woman. This is what happens to a married woman. Like I said, Dolly is a great foil for Anna. I don't think Kitty is. Kitty is so naive. She is new to all this. I think there is some parallels between Kitty and Levin and Vronsky and Anna, but I don't think it's like a Kitty to Anna 1-to-1 ratio. And yeah, the novel kind of leaves me feeling like, about Kitty. I liked her a lot, but she just didn't have a lot to do, especially towards the end of the novel. And then we get Vronsky. Oh, Vronsky. I come out of this novel liking Vronsky quite a bit. Not because he's a good person or someone I would like in real life, but because as a character, I really like him. I think that everything he did, while I, again, like Levin, might disagree with it or dislike the action, I think it made a lot of sense for his character. I think it was easy to track why he made those decisions. And even when the decisions make me upset, I got it. He wasn't treated by society the same way Anna was, which is frustrating from a modern perspective, especially. But he was punished similarly to how the novel punishes Anna. Not exactly the same, but I think he does receive punishment, which was kind of nice. I also think, especially towards the end of the novel, and Vronsky and Anna's relationship is under a lot of stress, I think I found myself sympathizing with him quite a bit. I wasn't not sympathizing with Anna, but for Vronsky, I did understand kind of his point of view. Like, it was a situation they got themselves both into, and could he have acted better? Yes, but was he also in a relationship with a woman who was quite paranoid and who was hurting and in pain in a way that he wasn't able to deal with? Yes, and he didn't have the tools he should have had to deal with something like that, and I think he reacted in the best way he could have. Like, again, not a great person, but a character that I really ended up sympathizing with a lot. Next, we're introduced to Anna, and of course, I sympathized with her the most, especially out of the Vronsky Anna situation. She's so tragic. She is very Shakespearean, I think. I know Tolstoy said that this is a novel about a bad woman who does a bad thing and is punished, and I hate that. And I disagree. I don't think that's what the novel is about, even though that is roughly what the novel is about. It means so much more than that. Anna's ending, I knew what it was going to be, was so hard to read. It was even harder for me to read than I thought it would be. It was just immense and awful, and one of the best scenes in the book. I do think, in general, some of the best descriptions and scenes come in the final 2 sections of the novel. I think that especially there's a storm that takes place, and there's so much description and writing regarding this storm and things in the world adjacent to the storm, like just nature in general, and I thought they were so beautifully written. Tolstoy is a good writer, but I wouldn't say his descriptions are what I'm reading for, but these last 2 sections really made me feel like I was reading for them, so I did appreciate that a lot. And I think that with the amp up of description, how Anna's story ends was that much more impactful because it was sort of in Technicolor as compared to a lot of the other things happening in the novel. I end the novel thinking a lot about Anna, and she's going to haunt me. I think she haunts everyone who reads it, which is kind of why the novel is so popular. The novel's not popular because of Levin. Like, it's called Anna Karenina. The movies erase Levin. It's Anna is the one people are interested in. I just, I wish it could have been different in some ways. I shouldn't say that, because that's not what I mean exactly. I think what I mean is, I wish the reactions to the end of Anna's story by characters in universe could have been more nuanced, because there isn't a lot of nuance following the completion of her part of the story. It just ends, and there are some things mentioned, and that's it. We don't really see a lot of the fallout. Of course we don't, because we spend a lot of the final section with Levin, and he doesn't know Anna. So there wouldn't be nuance there. And I think that's frustrating, especially as a writer, to have just kind of watched this culmination come and no time really taken past it. And finally, I want to talk about Anna's husband, Karenin. There were so many points throughout the novel where I was sympathetic to him, where I really liked his character, where I felt bad for him. And the last 3 or 4 sections ruined that. I leave this novel feeling only hatred for him. He is scummy. I think that's really all I have to say about him. I'm glad we stopped spending so much time with him, because he would have been unbearable to read about, especially had like parts 7 and 8 spent a lot of time with him. I think he would have been absolutely unbearable. As it stands, I just hate him, and I'm okay with that. I'm completely fine with leaving this novel hating Karenin. There's so much I could say about this novel. Of course there is. It's like almost 1,000 pages long. And there are so many tabs. I made so many tabs, and I could go through and talk about a lot of them in depth, and I want to at some point. I've kind of realized, though, it's not something that I can just whip up and start talking about with depth and nuance, because this book has so much going on in it, has put so much into it, that it can't be summed up or discussed without some prep work, without me really sitting and thinking and reflecting. And this is a vlog. This isn't a proper review. So I would like to return in video format and talk more about this at some point. Especially, I annotated so much. I took so many notes. But today's not that day. This video is not that video. That video will be coming at some point. And I look forward to it. And I look forward to working on it. But I think I need some time away from the novel before I can properly reflect on it, because I had such a hard time reading it. There were points where I was like, I'm never going to read another Tolstoy again. I've changed my mind on that. I will read Tolstoy again. I actually ordered another Oxford World Classics edition of one of his shorter pieces, which, actually, let me segue. I am planning to read lots of Tolstoy. I am planning to read all of Tolstoy's novels, I think. That is kind of my standing plan at the moment. And my plan is, I started with Anna Karenina. I want to read all of the shorter works. And then when I finished all of those, I want to read War and Peace. It won't be this year. It probably won't be for the next couple years. But I'm really excited to do that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be a nice experience, because I believe Anna came out after War and Peace, and Anna Karenina and War and Peace are probably the two they definitely are the two he's most well known for. And of the two, while I was excited to read Anna Karenina, I have wanted to read War and Peace for a lot longer. I've even started it. I've read about a third of the way 3 times, and then just like drop off. So War and Peace will be the reward at the end of all this. And hopefully, having read all of the rest of Tolstoy by that point, I will have a lot more appreciation for the novel when I get to it. And when eventually I get to it, assuming I'm still doing YouTube, which I hopefully will be, I will definitely do a series of reading vlogs for War and Peace, because I think that'd be really fun to sort of bookend my Tolstoy experience like that. Yeah. As for what I'm reading next, I did determine what I'm going to be reading next. I am reading Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I'm going to be doing a reading vlog for this as well. After that, it will probably be a break from reading vlogs for a while, because that's a lot of I've only been doing reading vlogs lately. I enjoy doing them, but I do need a break. Maybe. Don't jinx yourself, Sam. I'm reading Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. This is a spin-off to the Caraval books. I'm not 100% sure what it's about other than like Jax is in it, and I liked Jax, so I'll probably like this. It seems like it's a lighter fantasy, younger skewed YA fantasy, and it is exactly what I need, because oh my god, I loved this book, but I need to just like move on from something heavy to I need something light and somewhat fluffy and easy to read, and doesn't require me to be poring over it with every ounce of my being. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to Once Upon a Broken Heart. It's going to be such a nice change, I think. After that, who knows? Who cares? I think I'm pretty much getting rid of my TBR piles, lists. They haven't been working for me, so there are so many books that have come out recently that I want to read. Oh my. Just a lot of excitement in that department. And then the last thing before I go, a wee bit of housekeeping, because like I said, I've sort of been trying to post, but just like haven't been posting because of things happening on the home front, pretty much, and also just less time lately than I thought I would have. My plan is to try to get back to posting once a week. Typically I post on Thursdays. Right now I'm just posting as soon as I can get videos out. I have a list of videos that are kind of top priority videos, and I'm filming them, editing them, and posting them as soon as I can. Once those videos are out, hopefully I will be able to return to my Thursday posting. I have so many holiday videos that I want to make. I'm so excited for so many of them. They have been ideas and plans I've had in the works for ages. So they're exciting projects. It's just a matter of finding the time. And I haven't been able to find a lot of time lately, unfortunately. Work has been stressful. The holidays in retail are always stressful, but there's just other stuff going on at work that makes it doubly difficult. So that's happening. Home, my anxiety's been up quite a bit. I did recently get something to help me with that, so we're going to try that later. Today, even. So that's exciting. That's actually maybe it on the housekeeping front. I think that's it. I think that's it for this vlog. That's it for this vlog series. The Anna Karenina vlogs are over. Wow. Thank you for sticking with me. If you've watched even a fraction of one of these videos, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. These were fun. Even when I was hating the novel, these were a lot of fun. It was fun taking you guys around with me. I know of all the vlogs, this one probably has the least amount of content. But I appreciate you being here for me. I appreciate you seeing me through a lot of stuff that has happened over the last, 2.5 months. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so very much. That's all I can really offer you is thank yous and hopes that I will be posting like normal. But I will see you guys later. If you're somewhere cold, I hope you're staying warm. And if you're somewhere warm, I hope you're staying comfortable. Most of all, I hope you are reading a great book. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.